And just like that, we are 5 rounds down in Pro D2. No shortage of action, some tasty matchups, and we start our roundup of last weekend's action at the Stade Armandie, where Agen faced Bezier. Two well-matched teams on their day. It was a cagey first half. Only one Samuel Marquez penalty separating the teams, but then the points flew in the second period with big Fijian centre Kalinio Ramoka busting over on the 42nd minute. Then the Agen pack went to town. They kept it tight, squeezed their opponents, and Evan Olmsted was in the middle of a well-constructed maul. And then the moment of the match. A third straight try for Tomasi Fanianganofo, the 22-year-old. Yet as many tries as he's played games this season, and he is looking as powerful and athletic as any player in the league. And that wrapped up a 21-10 win for Agen, their 4th win of the campaign. There was a lot expected of Oyonnax before the season began. Given the calibre of their recruitment, they were at home to Valence and they were under serious pressure. Well, they had a solid platform this week, and along with some really classy handling, Sasha Kortaliak bagged his maiden senior try. Oyonnax were moving the ball with confidence. Depth, speed, and a slick offload as well, 5 metres out, saw Louis Morland finish the move for a handy half-time lead. We've seen more of the no-jump front ball lineouts in Pro D2 this season, and big name signing from Bayonne, Uzair Kassiem. He was marshalling the troops from the back there, controlling with the ball, and eventually Oyonnax rumbled over to give him his 2nd try of the match to all but seal the victory. And from there, Oyonnax cut loose. And the final try for a hat-trick went to Louis Morland. A convincing 55-8 win at home for Oyonnax. Last week, of course, Oyonnax were beaten by Dax, who travelled to Provence, another pre-season contender that hadn't yet hit its straps. And they faced off at the Stade Maurice David. Provence had a penalty try in the bank early and added to that tally, with former Gloucester and London Irish beast Albert Tuasui getting his 1st try for his new club. Dax rallied and got right back in the game, when after some approach play from the forwards, the simple miss pass saw Hugo Fouquet making it 12-7. And it was still relatively tight with just over half an hour to play before Leo Drouet was calling for the crossfield kick, which came, and Drouet was rewarded with a little bit of luck and some wheels as well. Provence were not going to let this one slip. And the game was really put to bed when replacement Malohi Suter went over. And Suter was involved again in the build-up to the next try, which eventually came from scrum half Arthur Colville, standing out in the first receiver position. 20-year-old Portuguese debutant Manuel Varero got his first points in French rugby to complete a convincing Provence win. Angouleme were 2-2 coming into this tricky matchup against top of the table Colomiers. We haven't yet seen Johnny May this season for Angouleme, still nursing an injury, but whoever was in their backline wasn't going to be able to stop Rodrigo Marta getting his 3rd try in consecutive games. The Portuguese flyer in on the left. It's not just Marta. Colomiers have lots of danger men, loads of pace, and they aren't afraid to roll the dice. Scrum half Jules Danglot tapping quickly from a penalty, kicking long, and finding his way to the ball, and then to the line. Valentin Delpy scored 19 points from the tee. Colomiers having real balance in their side at the minute, playing with a lot of confidence. Forwards and backs combining, and it was Alexis Comel finishing the job. As Colomiers stay top of Pro D2. Aurillac against Van then. Van hadn't won away from home coming into this one, and Aurillac had scored 40 points in both of their 2 home wins so far this season. Maxime Lafarge, he was in the mood to change that though. A clean break for Van, before linking with right wing Romaric Camus for a try in his first start of the season. No Mako Vunipola in the side for Van in this one, and well, they missed him with Aurillac on top at scrum time, and that allowed the ball to get to the edge. And it was AJ Kurtzen who was waiting there to hot step his way in over the line. Another one of those no jump mauls. This one for Van that got them to within 2 metres. Scrum half Michael Ruru spotted there was no guard in place on the left, dived over to open up a 12-point lead. But Aurillac got right back into it when Carson Talalua breached the Van line, got into open field, and it was Aurélien Barrault completing a class try. That set up a nervy finish. Aurillac's home record was breached, and Van got their first win on the road. 17-22, a cracker. So time for double jaune et noir, as Mont-de-Marsan hosted Carcassonne at the Stade Guy Boniface. Mont-de-Marsan conquered Van in their last home game, but it was the visitors who struck first. Fantastic support from Baptiste Moreno, the hooker, after the right wing's break for his first try in Pro D2. And didn't he look happy about it? Gatien Mas scored 9 league tries for Mont-de-Marsan last season and bagged his first of this campaign with a lovely solo effort, taking it in under the sticks. And Mont-de-Marsan, well, they had to keep fighting back and did so through replacement Christophe Luzelot. The show, dummy and snipe. And when Alexander Donardi had a wild, and watch this, acrobatic finish, it looked like Carcassonne could be running out of steam. But they got precious territory. And in the end, after being camped on Mont-de-Marsan's line, it was fullback Niels Chalice who sealed the victory.
Avantage terminé.
Johnny McPhillips added the extras, and it was Carcassonne's second win of the season, 19-34. Nevers against Biarritz. Nevers coming off the back of a valiant effort in our live game last week against Grenoble. What could Biarritz do on the road? Well, the deadlock was broken after just 3 minutes by Mathis Balobre. It was Lucas Blanc who competed for the ball well, and Balobre getting on the end of it. And Nevers, well, it was another clever kick And this one saw Perry Mayo go in for his third try in as many appearances this season. And it took only 4 more minutes for him to get number 4. Mayo cutting in incisively, coming off his wing to go through a hole and give Nevers a cushion. You really felt like Biarritz had to score next. And it was fullback Bastien Guillemin who had a fairly simple job to do exactly that. And then as Biarritz mounted a comeback, it was one straight off the training ground that saw their big South African number 8, Jason Fraser, wrap up Nevers' third win at home this season. It was Friday Night Lights in Brive, and it was live on FR UK Rugby as well. 2 of the Pro D2 heavyweights, Brive and Grenoble, going head to head. And it was Courtney Laws who nearly got himself to the line for the first try. He made up the ground from which Benjamin Boudou eventually did. And when Kerwin Bosch gathered his own clever little chip kick, you thought John Cooney was going to be in for another try. He was snaffled, but Brive kept possession, and eventually it was winger Asaeli Tuivuaka who did score. Questionable defending from Grenoble perhaps. But the visitors did click. It was Hugo Triou getting on the end of a perfectly weighted kick into the dead ball area. And Triou displayed another clean pair of heels with another kick through. This just 7 minutes later. Triou though had a lot more to do on this one. Football skills of his own before wrapping up the try. Grenoble were now in the lead with 13 minutes to play, when Kerwin Bosch again found open field, this time not needing the support and able to complete a superb individual score. Grenoble decided to take 3 points from Marc Palmier's kick to get a losing bonus point and then to assault a last minute smash and grab. Brive though held out. The result all important. Neither team at full tilt just yet. This one finished Brive 24, Grenoble 21. Big bunch of results in round 5. That top of the table clash could be significant when you think later on in the season, but Carcassonne getting a win on the road. Look at that, up in 12th, the team that arrived in Pro D2 from National. Doing well so far, but it is tight, isn't it? 9th down to 16th. Everyone has a win, most of them have 2. Similar picture at the top of the table. Not quite breathing space yet, but Colomiers and Agen doing really well in these early stages. Can they keep up the momentum? Our live game this week takes us to Dax, who host Vannes. Of course, we'll be back covering everything that's going on in French rugby, top 14 and Pro D2 here on FR UK Rugby. Hit subscribe, give a little thumbs up on the video.